Oh, hey, welcome. I've been waiting for you. This is the 200 level series of videos for performing at your best. If you are a performing artist, artist of any kind, business person, student, athlete of any kind, these series of videos have been for you. If you're new to the series, these are looking at the specific practical application videos based on the level 100 videos. In that series, we talked about a lot of the myths of human performance. We talked about the 7 key principles of human performance. We talked about how to practice purposefully, how to live a balanced life, how to concentrate. If you haven't viewed those, please, if you want to, view those 14 videos in order, depending on your system preferences. When you go to the level 100 series, you may have to change around the arrow. So starting with video number 101, that provides a sequence. These 200 level videos are based on those principles, so we will be on the same wavelength. These are also videos that look at specific issues, emphases, and applications, no matter what your performance area is. So you can skip along once you look at the index of different kinds of videos. And again, I recommend you viewing in order the 14 videos at your leisure. It's been my experience that good, consistent, adaptive performances, no matter your area of specialization, depends on having good, strong understanding of the principles and practices of human performance from which you can glean your own levels of human performance. So view those if you want, hopefully in the order. What we're going to be doing here in these series of videos is me giving you very practical, specific examples and applications, no matter what your performance area is. Over the years, over the decades now, I have been working with a wide variety of performers, ranging from traditional athletes to non-traditional athletes to performers, performing artists, to artistic artists, to business people and students, coaches, and even different forms of parents who are interested in helping people perform better. Way back in 1984, I created the first college level course on the psychology of human performance. This has gone through 3 generations of courses. Each one of those generations consisted of 10 or 12 offerings of that. What has happened, especially in the 3rd generation of courses, that people from all around my geographical area and from all different performance areas started coming to these in-person classes for the course. And it was so wonderful because we learned so much from other people in other performance areas. We also learned that there's a lot of human performance principles, practices are the same. It's just tweaking those, just adapting those. So during the years, I've worked with all sorts of people in these classes, from baseball players to track and field people, to golfers, to tennis players, a lot of the traditional sports. We also looked at a lot of the non-traditional sports, such as snowboarders, NHRA drag racers, women who do barrel racing at rodeos, marvelous performance area. We look at people in extreme sports, ultra marathons and triathletes. We looked at folks from even the martial arts. We looked at even some folks who are wanting to increase their situational awareness for their own self-defense. We looked at, worked with people in the shooting sports, and even most recently, those professionals in e-games. What we started finding out is that we can learn so much from one another. Human performance is human performance. So during these 200 level series, and you'll see those in the index. You can skip around based on what you need. Truth be told, when I was a practicing mental coach and sports psychologist, the vast majority of people who contacted me had specific issues to resolve a specific problem, whether it was choking or learning how to handle their performance anxiety, even to an extreme, those people suffering the yips, or people who just wanted to become ready for an important performance or important series of performances. It was always frustrating for me because the techniques we went through were the same techniques they can apply to enhance their current performance areas. They were helpful in the remediation of their problems, but those are the similar techniques that they could apply to becoming better performers. So what we're doing here now in the 200 level series is looking at specific applications that you can apply. My emphasis on this is to give you proven, practical implementations that have worked with a wide variety of athletes and performing artists. They work, but I don't know how they work for you. You have to ask those questions. What are you willing to explore, willing to commit to practice about improving specific areas of your performance, whether it's overcoming some kind of blocks or enhancing your overall performances? Now, some of you might feel a little stifled or confused during this series that I do not give specific names of athletes or performing artists with whom I have worked. I am bound by ethical standards that says in a professional relationship is that I can never divulge who I work with. I can share with you what their background was or their performance area. I will never share names. I have some ethical problems with people who profess to be performance experts that use people's names that they work with to enhance their own exposure and their own careers. I am old school, that confidentiality is confidentiality. Hopefully you understand this. So as a preview, here are some of the videos I will be offering in the 200 level series. We're going to be talking about, in the next video, we're going to be talking about your self-talk, what you say to yourselves that no one knows, and how it can go askew, as well as how to turn that around and transform that self-talk for you being your best friend. We're going to talk about the dual edges of comfort zones. We're going to be talking about the uses and abuses of mental toughness. We're going to talk about how to mentally rehearse or mentally practice your performance area. We're going to talk about a lot of the nuances during the performances and the adjustments you may have to make. We're going to be talking about, based on our level 100 presentation on concentration, which was video 108. I'm going to share with you 3 specific practices you can do that can enhance your concentration, both in terms of depth as well as duration. We're going to be talking about routines, pre-shot routines or post-performance routines, even going into the uses and abuses of rituals and even superstitions. We'll talk about how to handle frustration and anger. We're going to talk about transference, how to transfer your performance area from the rehearsal area or the practice area into the actual performance. We're going to talk about, some specific things. If you somehow present orally or on Zoom, we're going to talk about speech anxiety reduction. If you are some kind of writer and experiencing some kind of writing blocks, I'll be sharing with you how to overcome those. We're going to be talking about some team or ensemble dynamics. We're going to cover something real specific of the mental issues of overcoming an injury and coming back from an injury. We're going to talk about your character development. We may even talk about your career development within your performance area and then after your performance area. We're going to talk about a lot of specific things. With that, I'll give you a lot of specific ideas so that when you're ready to do these, make sure you have a pen and pencil here. One of the wonders of having this YouTube channel is that you can replay them when you're ready to see them again or when you need a refresher. These will always be posted and be available to you. I have become first an observer and a lover of watching great performers, no matter what their area is, to becoming an expert through my speeches and consulting work and coaching works and my writing on human performance. And since I retired actively from helping individuals, I still give an occasional speech to a team or an association. But since I've retired from that, I've become a fan again of observing the wonders and the beauty and the majesty of human performance. So with that, we all can appreciate human performance as it is, and the mental, emotional, spiritual, mechanical elements of human performance. I liken finely tuned performers, much like a Formula One racer, a Ferrari or McLaren or Mercedes, that those great Formula One cars are so finely tuned. And you add to that the driver in that there's so many variables. And it's a wonder to see, based on previous experiences and having all of these things in order, how the finely tuned performer can let all of these out. One thing to keep in mind here, and this is a phrase you probably never had heard of before. Once you listen to this, a lot of your performances will make a lot more sense to you. I'm a great believer in systems theory in human performance. Have you ever been frustrated that one change you make doesn't seem to fit in with the rest of you, or it takes so long to integrate it? But sometimes when you make some kind of a change, something else goes wrong. And it's almost like a game of whack-a-mole that you keep on seeing different issues popping up. Systems theory, which was originally a hard science, then a family therapy theory, as well as a management theory. Systems theory says that we are one comprehensive system so that no change can be done in isolation. Every change or addition or improvement to one element of your performing self will have ripple effects, greater ripples or lesser ripples to the different areas of your life. That's why you feel like you're always attending to different things. No change is made in isolation. So that understanding you as a system, from your physical or mechanical elements of your performing area to your mental and emotional areas of your areas, your nutrition and fitness and flexibility and strength, you even put in the spiritual elements of your performance areas. All of this combines into one great system. Understanding this, that no change you make is done in isolation, that will help you understand there will always be ripple effects that you'll have to attend or modify those. Through this overall sequence of looking at yourself as a system, there will come a point where you start becoming what some people call in good form in whatever they're doing, based on also some positive experiences they've encountered, that they're on top of their games, they're on top of themselves. That's when the wonders of a B or B plus game, or even the rare A or peak performance can be coming out. View yourself as a system, so that when you have a parent or a coach or a teammate or some kind of outside expert suggest you do something and you agree to that, that's yours to implement, and understand it will have ripple effects, that you'll have to attend to some other things you can't anticipate, that we'll have to modify those as well. After a while, things become a lot more integrated and systematic within your area of performance. View yourself as a system of a performing person. Hopefully that makes some sense. One of the fascinations about human performance is a phrase that has been around well-functioning businesses, and it's called CIP, continuous improvement processes. You can apply the same principle into your own performance areas. Look at yourself as continuously improving, not only specific, static, isolated elements, but also the overall process of you practicing, integrating, and performing. You are in continuous improvement. Once you understand a lot of these big picture things about system theory, it will make sense that all the things you'll view in these 200 level series, you have to practice those maybe up to 7, 9, 21, 65 times until they become second nature to you. And as that process of integrating, some other ripple effects will pop up that you will have to attend to. The big picture is continuously improving in what you're doing. Hopefully this all makes sense, that I am excited to share with you some of these proven things that many people don't know about, that I found out how to do that, how to apply it, and help individuals apply it in their own performance areas. Starting with our next video, the 202 numbered video of looking at that self-talk, that talking internal monologue or dialogue we continually tell ourselves or about the situations we're in. So welcome to the 200 level of this series. Go back and view some of the elements of the 100 level if you want, hopefully in an order from 1 to 14, and skip ahead to anything that fits into you. You're responsible for you. You're responsible for your performances, how you learn, how you apply yourselves. And hopefully these 200 level videos will give you some tools, if you will, to put in your performance toolbox of how to attend to yourself to give consistent performances, continually improve performances, and learning the science and art of your own human performance. This is Tom Kubistant. Welcome to the 200 level series of Performing at Your Best, and I'll see you for the next video.